Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Ringside Predictions. I'm GrimmChorizo, and I'm here to talk about the Royal Rumble that is this Sunday. Now, the Royal Rumble is one of my favorite pay-per-views, it's one of my favorite matches, but for the past 2 years, it's been a big fucking disappointment. In fact, I'd say the past 3 years. You know, sometimes the match will have some good stuff, but that ending just leaves you feeling so disappointed. But this year, I'm going in excited, but I mean, look at the show for the past 2 months. I have not been into the main roster at all. It's been focused around one guy, Roman Reigns, and this whole fucking Royal Rumble is based around one guy, Roman Reigns. They are literally calling it one versus all and making him defend his own title in it, and all the videos are just about him, and that's it. They're not talking about anyone else who could win, it's just fucking Roman Reigns. So, with that being said, I'm here to give my predictions, and, you know, maybe the Royal Rumble will surprise me, and it'll be exciting. There will be a winner that is just fresh and new and exciting, but I guess we'll have to see. So on the pre-show, there's a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match where the winners will qualify for the Royal Rumble match later in the night. It's the Dudley Boys versus the Ascension versus the team of Jack Swagger and Mark Henry versus the team of Darren Young and Damian Sandow. Alright, so I think that Jack Swagger and Mark Henry are going to win this. To be honest, I think that team doesn't seem too weird. They're both bigger guys. They're both, America-tastic. So I think that it's not a bad pairing. However, Sandow and Darren Young makes literally no sense. So they have no chance of winning. Although the Dudley Boys and the Ascension are actual tag teams, I don't think either one's going to win. The Dudley Boys, maybe. The Ascension, I mean, there's no fucking chance. So I think it's going to be Swagger and Henry, because Henry's even said that this is probably going to be his last Royal Rumble. They're not going to keep him out of that. I think they'll put him in it, give him a decent showing, and, you know, Swagger's a guy who, when his music hits, he's going to get a pop. Everyone loves doing the "We the People," even though, you know, he doesn't do anything. He's still over. He's still a credible contender. So I think that team will win. And I mean, I'll just be excited to see Damian Sandow again, but him teaming up with Darren Young, it just makes no sense. Why isn't it just fucking Titus? Because they're trying to do... Sorry, I'm getting sick just about talking about it. Because they're trying to give Titus O'Neil this singles push, and I have zero interest in that. He's literally just beating Stardust week after week. He's not moving up. He's not doing anything, which I don't want him to move up. I have no interest in a singles push for Titus O'Neil, just like I have zero interest in a singles push for Darren Young. I don't know why they broke him up. I didn't even know that they broke him up. Apparently they did it on a SmackDown pre-show. Like, who the fuck watches that? But either way, I think that Jack Swagger and Mark Henry win this match and qualify for the Royal Rumble later on. Then we've got the New Day defending the WWE Tag Team titles against the Usos. The Usos. Jesus Christ, I'm over them. And as much as I love the New Day, I'm starting to get over them. Like, they're just... It's the same thing over and over again. And I want them to retain, and my prediction is that they do retain, but there needs to be some more teams around here. I mean, you've got the Dudley Boys, they're not doing shit. You got the Ascension, they're not doing shit. You know, you had the Primetime Players, you broke them up. You had the Lucha Dragons, but Sin Cara is injured. So the only teams that are really being utilized are the Usos and the New Day. And they're fighting each other for it seems like the 50th time. But I think New Day is going to retain. I would like to see some more teams get involved. Why not make Mark Henry and Jack Swagger just a team from here on out and have them just be a team? Just make some fucking tag teams. Los Matadores, I mean, I fucking hate them, but I heard that they were getting off TV to be repackaged. So there's another team. I don't know if when Sin Cara returns, the Lucha Dragons will reunite, because Kalisto's in a well-deserved singles push right now, but I don't know. The tag team division needs spiced up, whether it means calling up a team or two from NXT or just making some new teams with what you got. And here's the thing. They have teams that they could be using, like the League of Nations. They could just, make two of them a tag team. They could have the Wyatt family, like Strowman and Rowan, or Harper and Rowan as a tag team representing the Wyatt family. The Social Outcasts, they could have two of them or multiple of them represent as tag teams, and then you'd fill out this tag division instead of just using the same shit. The fact that the Wyatt family haven't won the tag team titles since they've been on the main roster is just mind-blowing. So there's a little rant about the tag division, but I think New Day retains the tag team titles. Then we have the rubber match Alberto Del Rio, the United States champion, defending against Kalisto, who held the title for like 1 day. I think that Kalisto is going to win the title back here. I think it was actually smart that they had him drop it, later that week. It gives you more sympathy for him, gives him the more underdog storyline. But it makes sense for him to beat Alberto Del Rio. I think Kalisto deserves this title. It deserves a run. It doesn't have to be super long, but it deserves to be longer than, 1 to 3 days. So I think Kalisto is going to win the United States Championship back. Then we've got Charlotte defending the Divas title against Becky Lynch. This feud has been awesome. This has been the best main roster's women's feud in years, and a long, long time, because it's a clear-cut babyface and a clear-cut heel. Everyone loves Becky. She is over as fuck. There's no question as if she is a face. Charlotte, people are despising her because she cheats. She relies on her dad. She does everything to just be a dirty player. She's a clear-cut heel, and people don't like her. You have a good story here that makes sense. People want to see Becky finally get her revenge on Charlotte and get the title that you can see the passion in her. She just is a baby face. She just wants to fight, not like hurt people. She just wants competition. She just wants to have fun and, wrestle, do something she loves and win championships. And she's been betrayed by Paige and Charlotte, and now she's got this chance on a pay-per-view to fight for the Divas title. However, I think Charlotte's going to retain the title, but I think Becky is going to win by disqualification, and this is going to carry on to Fastlane, maybe even all the way to WrestleMania. This is a good story. People are invested. I'm invested. I'm thoroughly invested in a women's storyline, which I try to be. I try to be. They usually just don't have a purpose, and it's confusing because you've got people like the Bellas who are face 1 week, heel the next. You got people like Paige who are heel 1 week, face the next, and they're like, oh, I'm your friend, but I'm not your friend. This is just an easy storyline for everyone to latch onto. It makes sense. You want to see Becky win, and these two are going to have a good match because they've had good matches in NXT. They're good friends. They have a chemistry and a bond, and you've got just a good story behind it. So I'm really excited for this. But I think that Charlotte walks out with the title, and Becky wins by disqualification after Charlotte, pushes the ref, uses the ropes, maybe Ric Flair just does a distraction, something like that. Then we've got a match that's sure to be awesome. Dean Ambrose, the Intercontinental Champion, defending against Kevin Owens in a last man standing match. So I'm actually not a huge fan of last man standing matches because sometimes they can be awesome. They can be really, really fucking sweet when it's just brutal. Going all over the arena, beating the fuck out of people or each other with everything. Because this isn't a wrestling match. This is a match where you're trying to fucking destroy your opponent so they can't stand up. And a lot of last man standing matches, they just feel like wrestling matches for a little bit. And then it's like, oh, we got some weapons, and now I'm going to duct tape your feet to the ring post, or I'm going to put a table on you. And that's not exciting to me. This match needs blood. This match needs every weapon imaginable, because if we are to believe that one of these guys is going to stay down, the way that they've been booked, Dean Ambrose is a lunatic, Maggle. How the hell is he not going to keep getting back up? Kevin Owens is a monster. He is not going to stay down for very long. So it's going to take a lot out of both these guys to actually put them down, and I want to see that. I don't want anyone getting fucking taped to the ground or held down with a forklift or a table on top of them. I want them to be so beaten down that they can't get up, and that they can't compete in the Royal Rumble later that night as much as I'd want them to, and they can't be on Raw the next night because they are so fucking beat up. But I think Dean Ambrose will retain the Intercontinental Championship. He hasn't held it very long. He's still over as fuck. And I think Kevin Owens will have a high-profile match that doesn't involve the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, so I think he will move on to a new feud, and Dean Ambrose will keep the Intercontinental title. But I am excited for this match. It's sure to be good. I just really hope that they up the intensity and the violence like it needs to be. And then we've got the Royal Rumble match. 30 men, or should I say 1 versus 29. How the fuck is Roman Reigns going to win this match? Oh my god, the odds are they're so big. How is Roman Reigns going to do it? Oh my god, Roman, holy shit, Roman. That's basically Vince and the commentary team and WWE just jerking off to Roman Reigns. So this match, I don't know how many people have been confirmed, at least 15. Just some names: Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho, fucking the Wyatt family, Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, Big Show, Curtis Axel. Yeah, so those guys are all confirmed. And there are some pretty big names in there. Like Brock Lesnar's going to be in a Royal Rumble for the first time since 2004. That's pretty exciting, even though how is he not supposed to win? Then you've got the champion defending in the match, which I hate. I really don't like that this match is for the title. I don't. And I've ranted about it before, but basically it takes out any possibility of a guy like Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Cesaro, who's injured, but, somebody, a lower guy getting the chance to win and main event WrestleMania. Because now it's basically down to like 3 people. So, first of all, I've got a few different things I want to predict here. So we already know Roman Reigns is going to be entrant number 1. So who do I think is going to be entrant number 2? I think it's going to be Neville. I think that that's a good place for him because he is going to last a while. He can go the distance. He's going to get to look good. He's not going to win, but he'll get some eliminations. He's not going to get eliminated right off the bat. So I think Neville is going to be number 2. I know it's a face-face dynamic, but then number 3 will be some big heel. So that's my prediction for who's going to be entrant number 2. I guess I should just come out and say who I think the winner is going to be. I think that the winner is going to be Triple H. I basically think it's between 3 people. Roman Reigns either goes the whole way, retains his fucking title, and WWE blows their load all over like, oh my god, Roman Reigns is the best. But as much as I could see them doing it, I really don't think that they're going to do that much for Roman Reigns. You don't have all these odds, make him number 1, make everything about him, and then have him actually win it. I mean, that's just fucking stupid. But then the other guy, Brock Lesnar. Then Brock Lesnar can win the title and he can, have his rematch against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania and Reigns can beat him this time and it puts Reigns over big. Or Triple H is who I think is going to win it because I think that some stories are going to branch off from this match. We already know Triple H was going to want revenge on Roman Reigns. Reigns beat the fuck out of him last pay-per-view. We haven't seen him, other than through NXT, at all on the main roster. So I think he's going to come in at number 30. Reigns will have lasted this whole time, and Triple H will eliminate him and win the match, becoming the world champ, and then we'll lose the title to Roman Reigns at fucking WrestleMania, because at Fastlane, Roman Reigns will beat somebody and qualify for WrestleMania. That's what I think. Not necessarily what I want, but I'd rather Triple H win than Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns, to be honest. Now let's talk about surprise entrants. I think that Triple H will be a surprise entrant, even if you can really call him a surprise, but he's not confirmed. I think that there'll be an NXT guy. There was not last year, but I think that, just going out on a limb here, I think it's going to be Hideo Itami. He's been out on injury. Nothing has been hyping up his return to NXT. I don't know if this will be like a main roster call-up, but it'd be a complete surprise because it's not talked about. They haven't said he's coming back to NXT, so have him enter the Rumble, look cool, do some cool shit, and then just go back to NXT if that's the plan. So I think Hideo could represent NXT, but I do think there will be an NXT guy regardless of if it's Hideo or not. I also think that X-Pac, just because he'd been talking about it on Twitter, they usually have those click guys and stuff like that, because they're still in touch with WWE and they're easy to get a hold of, and X-Pac has not returned in a Royal Rumble, so I think X-Pac would be another one. And then I think Santino Marella will be in it as a surprise entrant, kind of like a comedy thing, because we saw him at the Slammy Awards. I don't know if he can wrestle. I don't know if he's still retired. I don't know if he's good. But if he is, I think he could go in there and get eliminated after like a minute or something. That's just a guess, but I think he'll be the comedy one. Triple H will be the big one who wins. Hideo will be the NXT guy, and X-Pac will be the nostalgia legend return. I know the rumors about AJ Styles. Like, I want him to be in this match so fucking bad, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it's more likely that he'll debut on Raw the next night. But if AJ Styles debuted in the Rumble, I would fucking lose my mind. So how about longest time in the match? Well, Roman Reigns is number 1, and you know he's going to last to the end. So I think longest time in the match will go to Roman Reigns. I also think Roman Reigns will get the most eliminations. I don't think he'll break his record of 12, but I think he'll get at least 5, maybe 7. Which, that's just so much shit for Roman Reigns. Have him start at number 1, last to the end, get all these eliminations, but I think they're going to do it. So yeah, there's a bunch of predictions for the Royal Rumble match. I guess we'll just have to see how they hold up. Although I was saying, I have not been in the WWE really at all lately, I was going to a Royal Rumble match with excitement. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to be this number. You don't know, it's just exciting, it's counting down, who's it going to be? And you don't know what stories are going to, branch off from here. You don't know who's going to eliminate who. You don't know who's going to be number 30. You don't even know who's going to win it. Even though it's predictable, you never know. So, I'm excited. Even though the past 2 years, basically 3 years, I've been disappointed afterwards. I mean, last year, Roman Reigns winning, so predictable. The year before that, Batista winning, so predictable. The year before that, John Cena winning, just so unnecessary. So, I just don't want to be disappointed. And I said this in my Wrestling Roundup video, but please, just let the Royal Rumble end and not have that disappointing feeling. Have that feeling of like, fuck yeah, I gotta watch Raw tomorrow. That was fucking amazing. Before I wrap this up, basically, I want to talk about predictions going forth to WrestleMania. Through this match, I think we are going to see a feud between Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt start for WrestleMania. So it'll be Brock and Bray at WrestleMania. I think we're going to see Dean Ambrose retain, and we'll start a feud with a heel Chris Jericho for WrestleMania. I think we'll see Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the world title at WrestleMania, and I think we'll see Kevin Owens feud with The Undertaker for WrestleMania. So those are the 4 big matches that I think we are going to see going into WrestleMania 32. Just want to put them out here now, because by the time Fastlane comes around, they may have already started that. So thanks for watching my ringside predictions for the Royal Rumble. Be sure to tune in next month for Fastlane. See you later.